And we are back. How's everybody doing out there today? Today we have a cool episode on Your Story, Our Lens. On my left is Natalie Melvin. Her husband came on to the podcast a few months back. What do you got for us today?
Hey, I'm Natalie. I was just wanting to come on. I was kind of going to talk about our story and how we started a nonprofit for people who are trying to quit Kratom.
And what is Kratom for people who don't know?
So, Kratom is a leaf and it originates in South Asia. And it can be made into a powder or a tea. Some people kind of drink it or they can just like take it, ingest it. People in South Asia, sometimes they chew on it. And there's benefits that they would say sort of it works on some of the opioid receptors, although that's kind of like complex, but it can help relieve pain. Sometimes people use it for anxiety, depression, and different things like that. So
does it actually help people, or is it more being abused nowadays?
yeah, so originally the way it's been marketed now is very dangerous. It's kind of sold. People get extracts forms of it.
Yeah.
So they'll sell it on the counters next to 5-Hour Energy drinks as a safe alternative. A lot of health and wellness people will kind of sell it as a pre-workout. And so it's also very addictive. So that's another issue.
So I've never heard of it anywhere outside of here. Like, is it, are any of the symptoms, like, is there any, like, overdosing or is anything like that happening on the...
Yeah, so it's actually caused quite a few deaths. And there is some lobbyists that they try to hide the fact that there might have been other stuff in somebody's system or there was other reasons that the kratom caused a death. Yep. But we found that just isn't true, and we have a lot of moms, and there's a whole other group on Facebook for those that might want to look it up, but parents who have lost children due to kratom, and sometimes it's just regular powder, sometimes it's the extracts, and there was nothing else in their systems. It can cause seizures, so that's where a lot of deaths happen. And then, of course, like messes up with your electrolytes and things like that because it acts as a diuretic in your body. So, you need the potassium and stuff in your heart to be able to pump right. Sometimes people with genetic heart conditions, it can cause deaths that way too because...
Ooh, that's rough. So now that they're putting these weird bans on everything inside of gas stations, now that you're starting to see, is it starting to curb some of that, or is that still unregulated to where that's still fine in those gas stations?
Yeah, we've seen just an influx of people obviously trying to come off of it because of the bans. But I have kind of opinion on, kratom as a whole. There needs to be regulations and bans on it, not just like the extracted form. So you'll see 7-O's. That's a big one that's being banned kind of across the United States. And because of that, they'll get rid of that particular brand or that particular extract form or the pill form, but they won't actually get rid of the problem because 5 months from now, there'll be a new a new chemical compound. And
that's rough.
Yeah.
So what is it that you guys do as far as, let's say a person, are you guys working with any other like wellness centers or anything like that around here that's doing that?
No, we work kind of on our own. We're just some people that got into kratom, obviously, and thought that it was a safer alternative, and then realized that it wasn't and got addicted to it. So we kind of found each other years ago through a Facebook community and called Quitting Kratom Support. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it was just back in the day, especially, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, if you were to go online and say, hey, I'm addicted to kratom, you would get mauled. I mean, people are just,
They just were real big advocates.
oh
for
yeah,
it.
and Kratom could do no harm and scream it from the rooftops. And so when we found this community of people who like, hey, yeah, I'm having an issue with this. Like this is causing all these things. It was just so nice to be able to relate to people.
To somebody,
that
yeah,
way.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's wild. I honestly I had never even heard of it, but I remember coming across the Ashland Bridge and I seen that there's a place right there that sells it. And I was like, what is Kratom? So I never even knew what it was. As far as when a person is having withdrawals, is there like signs that a person can see that's like more telltale that lets you know that they're coming down from that, or?
Yeah, it's just like opioid withdrawal, if not kind of worse.
Oh.
So the problem is like the powder in its whole like form works on not only some of the opioid receptors, but it also works on some of the same receptors that benzodiazepines works on or SSRIs, like antidepressants. So when people come off of that, it's a very long, they have the physical withdrawal, but then not only that, they have the pause afterwards, like the anhedonia, the low energy, the depression for months because their body's just trying to like heal from all of that. And then with the 7 O's, what we see a lot of is more like a quick, like they're probably physically more sick faster for like a week, and then they start coming on that uphill because it's a different. But yeah, they'll have just no appetite, chills, sweating, restless legs. They can't sleep. I mean, they're miserable.
Yeah, is there any state resources so far that's trying to help you guys in getting people to, kind of get help sort of thing?
Not yet. We became a nonprofit this last year, like an official nonprofit, and we are starting to kind of like branch out, looking to try to, just get some funding and stuff kind of for our mission. But right now we're just all peer led. So we started out, we had one meeting a week, and there's like 10 of us there, and now we've just grown into, we have almost 11,000 members across our Facebook signal.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we have 3 meetings a day. I mean, I could log on right now. There's a meeting happening right now. We have 12 p.m., and then 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Standard Time.
You can tell there's a lot of people affected by this.
Oh, yeah, 40 and 50 people. Normally we're seeing more now come into our meetings. So.
Wow. So for everybody that's out there right now, is there a number that they can reach you just in case for if they wanted to quit?
We have a website, kratomquitters.com. And so when you log on there, you'll see a link immediately to our meetings. And then we have that link open 24/7. So sometimes it's actually called our lobby. So after the meeting, there'll be like a lobby, and people who maybe didn't get to share in the meeting or need extra support, or maybe they're just having a rough day, they'll come in the lobby. There's usually people there and like, hey, what's going on? And
That's really cool.
yeah, so it's just become this huge, there's really not anything else out there like it. So
Yeah,
it's
'cause
kind of
I
like,
had never heard of that. That's
Yeah.
so wild. I'm just like, wow, that's awesome.
so we're in like the frontier,
Yeah,
of this.
that's good though, because I mean, that's where you want to be. Is you want to be kind of the first one in. Out of all the people that's through your lobbies that you guys have, is there any like cases that have been like really bad that that you'd be able to talk about, like as far as like stories that you've heard through anybody like that sticks out?
Well, just like a general consensus, like it's just like any other drug. Like people just come in really broken. It just kind of makes me emotional thinking about it. A lot of times they come in and, their wife's going to leave them. They're going to take the kids, or their husband's going to leave them. They're financially ruined. They have $30,000 to $50,000 in credit card debt. Especially with the 7 O's, like they're so expensive. I mean, we put people coming in, with $200 and $300 a day habits. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And they're they're coming in broken, but they find hope. Like we have so many stories. We have we just started making our own coins. Like before we would
Oh, that's awesome.
kind of purchase them and send them out.
Nice.
And we're getting people with 1-2 years sobriety in our
That's really cool.
community, and it's just growing. So it's a beautiful thing when people can come in and.
I love that. That's awesome. So if a person wanted to go to, like, let's say an NA or an AA, would they still, I mean, like when they speak with other people, would people acknowledge it as far as at like an NA meeting or anything like that?
Yeah, like we have a lot of people that do both. So we have a lot of people that come in from NA and AA, but they still kind of always stay with our community too, because it's just like a lot of people don't know about it, and then sometimes, it's like they just really don't have any way to help them because they don't know about it. And so that's an issue. It's like hard to relate when.
Have you guys went around to try to speak with any of the other, like, just like NAs or AAs or any of those to like let them know about anything that's going on? Or?
We have people, a lot of people in our community, quite a few of them are pretty big with AA and NA, so they kind of go out and
I like that.
And share. And then we message, we do outreach, so we send out emails, we call detox facilities, recovery facilities, just to let people know that we are available as an aftercare solution. So, when people get done with rehab or they get done with the treatment center, it's a free resource. They can log in, get a meeting, get support.
And then do you guys have like a physical location that you guys meet as well? Or is it?
No. Right now it's all online. So maybe one day. But, we have over 30 hosts that volunteer their time,
awesome.
Because 3 meetings a day, it's a lot for us
yeah.
to all run. So,
I did find, I mean, if you end up doing something like that where you want to have an actual like meeting space, there's the train depot down there.
Oh, okay.
It's like $75 an hour.
Yeah.
Like that was the cheapest thing I have ever seen for how big that space is.
Right.
I mean, it's really nice. They have that place. They have chairs, tables, the whole nine. I was like, what? So I'm sure like if we're going to that in the morning, we have a meeting down there. It's going to be for the America 250, and I'll speak to somebody down there and see if there's maybe any way we can try to get some funding to get you guys set up in a place where you can actually meet.
Yeah,
that would be
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah, right now we're kind of like spread across the United States, which I was wrong about that. I'm so sorry. We actually do have a member. He does have an in-person meeting. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. So we do have one.
So, okay, that's cool.
But
that's a start.
But I've thought about going, maybe talking to Pathways and letting them know, like, hey, I have some Kratom specific.
My buddy Josh, he runs, I don't know if you've seen any of our podcasts, you've probably seen him on here. He runs Passages LLC, and it's over in Huntington, but I will ask him if he's got any resources on Kratom, and maybe you guys could link up. And
we have tons of resources we can send to.
Yeah,
so.
That would be cool. So, let's see. Out of everything that you guys have been through on it, is there any, like, what is the awareness, like when you go out and you try to like explain it to people, what is the top things that you're getting pushback from? Like, is anybody like trying to like?
Oh yeah. A lot of things that we get. So a lot of people want to just demonize the extracts and the 7-O's, and then they want to say Kratom's safe. So let's leave Kratom alone. Like, let's leave the leaf alone. But these things are bad. And we have a lot of people that was just addicted to the powder. I was one of them. Our founder was another one of them. And so they're, to say that that's, not true is, saying that the hundreds of people that we've came across that have issues, with the same sense. It's kind of like devaluing their story, but we get a lot of pushback on that. And then, a lot of pushback on, there's a way to take it responsibly. You don't have to get addicted to it. And that may be true for like the kratom leaf, like, but the problem is a lot of people have addictive personalities regardless. And when it's marketed, but the extracts, we have a lot of people that never had any addictions. They never had problems with addictions. And the extracts are just a whole nother,
it's a whole nother monster.
A demon. And they're going to get addicted to it if they're taking it.
100%.
And they may not even realize it. 3 months later, they're, sick. And
I remember out in Hawaii, they had these, it was called salvia. I don't know if you ever heard of it. Oh my gosh. I have no idea how that stuff was legal for a time. That was the craziest things I have ever seen. We had videos where people were climbing up the backs of chairs. Like, they get into these psychosis moments and they're gone for like 5 minutes. I mean, it doesn't last long. It's like generally between like 5 and 10 minutes. They are in full psychosis. Like there's no, they're not there. And it's the wildest thing. And everybody was like, oh, this is fun. We're going to take videos of this stuff. I'm like, how is this legal? Like, I couldn't believe it. And, it was real bad, but they were selling it at like, any kind of head shop, just random gas stations and different things like that. And I guess it finally got taken down. Yeah, like they were like, okay, this has got to go. This is horrible. Like this should not be here. So now it's getting to the point where I find that it seems like escapism is basically what I'm seeing from a lot of people. They're just looking for ways to, I don't know, deal with pain and just getting out of their own head for a while. And it sucks because there needs to be better, fun things to do that are. Me and Justin was talking about that for the skating rink. I think that's amazing. It's like a place that you can actually go to have a good time, feel like you're doing something amazing, and not feel like you're just kind of like stuck.
Yeah, and be active.
Right. There's better things than just drugs.
Yeah, when you're numbing yourself out all the time, people are not seeing the beauty in just the regular day things, and that's what's really sad about it. And yeah, of course, that's a whole, there's a whole nother issue behind that, an emptiness or a void that
needs to be
maybe
filled,
trying to be filled.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's for anybody too. That's if you're out there and you're struggling with something, I mean, you can always fill anything that you're doing with better places, people, and things. Like that's your main thing that you need to do is change those and maybe seek counseling, try to find some help on things. And what was that, your website again? Your lobby?
Yeah, kratomquitters.com.
kratomquitters.com.
Yeah, okay. And you'll see the link. It's a Google Meets link. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, we just, so we've known these people for years. Like you kind of like meet these people online and they become, you kind of start knowing them more than your own family, and we all just had a big meetup in Los Angeles just this last weekend. Nice. We were invited on the Jason Ellis podcast. It was one of the last episodes he did, but we were able to, he was also addicted to kratom, so we were able to go over there and talk about our community and stuff. And so there was like, it happened so fast. It was like 20 of us and we're just there, and it's like meeting everybody for the first time, and it was just a really special.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So like, it's wild that I've never heard of the drug before, because it's kind of seems like this is really big, because you guys have got a massive following.
So there's 3 to 5 million people that's in the American Kratom Association, and that's just people who are pro kratom. Wow. Probably take it and they're in it, but not everybody that takes kratom is going to be in the association. So, man, I mean, it's a $1 billion, if not more. I mean, they're
It's so crazy.
I know, and it's so weird how you have so many people addicted to it, but then sometimes locally you don't know.
Yeah, it's just I had never even heard of it. That's why I'm blown away by that. When you try to go get help for some things, it's like, they kind of try to put you in like a category of certain things, like whether or not it's like, is this really dangerous? Is it kind of dangerous? They kind of shove you into the back corner sort of thing. On a scale of like 1 to 10, how bad would you say that a person who's really suffering, like, I mean, worst case scenario, how bad would you rate it on a 1 to 10 from?
I mean, I would say that they're in just as much danger as if they were taking an opioid off the street.
So super bad.
Yeah, I mean, And I say that because, you never know if it's going to cause a seizure and you may not. We've seen a lot of deaths with it. We've seen a lot of seizures. And yeah, the financially, it's just, unreal. I mean, it's cheaper to have a street drug problem than to be spending, $200 and $300 a day at a gas station for a synthetic
and that's
opioid.
That's really like the prices that people are paying on this.
Yeah,
stuff.
that's how much they're paying for 7-ohms and stuff. Now, if they're just on like the Kratom powder, it's a lot. That's not the case at all. But it's a lot cheaper. But that's the problem is like, they're on that and then they see this at a gas station, so they're gonna try it, and then they're addicted to it. And
the extracts are so much worse.
Yeah,
because it's like that's the same thing I tell people about like marijuana and pot and stuff. It's like if you're smoking a regular thing or you're eating it, like it seems to be people handle that a lot better. But now, you're getting into extracts, you're getting into oils, and people start doing all these different things. I'm like, nope, you've lost me right now. You're going too far. Like you might as well be doing like a really, really hardcore drug at this point because you're really going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I find that when people are seeking these types of behaviors and things like that, it's hard for parents and people to talk to them and try to like communicate about it because you kind of feel like you're cornering somebody or you're basically just you're not prepared to have that conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you guys come into the mix, is it people are coming to you of their own free will, or do you guys have people coming and saying like, hey, can you speak to my son or my daughter about the problem that they're having?
Yeah, I think it's just like with any recovery space. We do have a lot of parents that reach out, or wives or spouses, and we are there for support. We've had them join our meetings before, and we're looking into opening a space separately. I don't want to say separately, but meetings specifically for family members or spouses.
That's cool.
But yeah, they have to want it. And we can send them all the resources, invite them to the meetings, and we've had a few that their spouses have said, "Hey, go to this meeting." They did. They were able to relate. They were relieved, and they're clean today, from it. But
that's amazing.
There definitely has to be some sort of, willingness to want to come off of it.
So when you guys have your meetings, do you guys do Zoom meetings, basically? Is it like just a...
Yeah, so like Google Meets.
Okay.
Zoom, but just a different platform, yeah.
I've not actually used it. Yeah. But we have all of the stuff here to do that. Would you be interested in hosting a class, maybe 4 people right here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That would be awesome. What would that require for you? Like, would you have to... How many times a week would you want to do something like that if you...
Like what kind of class? Like just
like
for
just
the
where
group?
you're talking. We can host a Zoom meeting or whatever where it's live sessions.
Okay.
And you could have answers, questions straight here in front of you as you can talk to your people.
Yeah, anytime. I could do that. Yeah, definitely. A couple times a month, or just whenever you guys wanted. Or
cool.
Right now, we do have a pod. So if anybody's interested, like, in kind of seeing how our meetings work, we do not live stream our meetings, by the way. These are very private spaces.
That's
just
what I meant. For like a...
No, yeah. But we do have a YouTube channel where we do live stream a meeting type setting where it's just like people who are on the podcast crew who want to do it, kind of have like a roundtable talk.
That's cool.
And that's kind of how our meetings run in the same sense. Like, so if anybody, is kind of curious on that too.
That's awesome.
So...
See, I love that. Everybody has like these weird, I don't know, different thoughts about some of these groups that are showing up, but I love it. I think we're in the time now of healing. I think people are actually really trying to go out of their way to just build groups that it's your wheelhouse. You need to fill it with what is going to suit you best. And I really love it. Like, you got a lot of people who's like worried about AI and you got all these things that are happening. And I'm like, it's a double-edged sword, but I feel like, if you get, we've never been so far apart as society, but yet so close at the same time. It's so weird. It's like you'll walk into a room and you'll see, 30 people in a room and they're all looking at their phone. Yeah, and they're just looking straight down. And it's like, well, That's weird because it's like there's no connection in this room, but yet at the same time, they're probably out connecting with somebody through social media. It's so weird.
Yeah, that's why it was so like affirming, like meeting people that you've been on the phone with for like 2 years, and then it's just like it you weren't nervous. It was like they were family.
Yeah, and then
even though I'm like big on like, hey, put your phone down, like be in a room with somebody. It was nice to know that that connection was still built, even though it was online.
Yeah.
And
kind of makes it real out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
well, this just got real.
And people need connection, you know? Like, I would have never gotten sober and stayed sober without, you know, God, obviously, number one, and building a relationship with Him. But people need community, and they need people that they're able to relate to. You know, it's the same as churches. You know, we struggle with
100%.
certain things. We want to talk to people about those things. And, so it's just like, that's huge. And it's starting to pick up as a recovery model because, you know.
I think so.
Yeah, and there's been some research on how effective it actually is, you know. So
I've been seeing a lot of people lately that's, I think they're seeking help, they're seeking advice, they're trying to make better wheelhouses, you know, change. Like I said, changing your people, your places, and your things are like the number one road to recovery. And I think if a person is wanting to get better, those are the first three things that has to happen. Once those things start to happen, though, you're going to start to see like the people and the places and the things that you were doing originally want to pull you back. They're going to like, oh no, we're losing our, you know, and they're going to try to grasp a lot harder.
And that's why it's good to have that base, you know, that you can go back to.
What is the typical recovery period for a person that's suffering from Kratom?
So it really, it's so crazy because it varies so much between people. So for me, it took a really long time. Not that it wasn't that I didn't feel better, but just for my brain to like kind of go back to a baseline. Mm-hmm. I always tell people that come in, like, it was a very slow process for me. Like, you know, don't put any expectations on it.
That's cool.
You know, there was just no option. Like, you know, it's either this is going to kill me because, you know, it was slowly. And, but a lot of people come in. So I'd say a couple weeks they start feeling better physically. And then sometimes it takes a month or two for them to start mentally feeling better. Sometimes longer, you know, you'll still have periods of anxiety for 4 or 5 months, you know, 6 months maybe. But you start seeing progress. So, you know, you kind of fill that hope bucket. Like, you know, tomorrow's going to be better tomorrow, you know.
I like that.
So
I think probably the biggest thing that I could say is an asset for the recovery space is I think other people that are suffering from an addiction, if they get to see someone who's went through the same things that they've went through, showing them that like, oh, you can actually change what you're doing and it actually does get better, that is so massive. Like,
it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, when I log in, you know, I'm coming up on 3 years, you know. So sometimes people who are just like a day or two, they're like, okay, well, you know, of course you have 3 years, you know. Right. But when you log on and you see somebody's like, I'm on day 7, you can do it, man. Yeah. And they're on day 2. Yeah. You know, it's just a beautiful thing.
It's so wild.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that astonishes me about people. I try to explain this to people all the time. I say to people, our superpower, our number one superpower as human beings is the fact that we can see somebody that has went through something and we can decide right there on the spot. We don't have to go through that, and we can say, I don't think I want to do that. Like, I think I'm good right now. I think I'm doing all right. I see that you just fell off that cliff over there. Are you okay? No. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
I'm not going to fall off that cliff.
That is a superpower, and people don't. They just think that it's just normal day, and I'm like, no, man, that's amazing. If you can tell yourself, you know what, I just seen that, not going to do it. You're going to have a great day, and that's such a good thing. And that's also one of those things, though, that if you didn't know you could do it, you just also have a superpower because now you know you can.
Right.
So, like, if you see somebody that's quit and you're like, oh, I can quit. Like, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah. That sounds funny, but that's
you got
really
through
serious.
it.
Yeah.
how did you do it? Like, what
Right.
did you do? You know?
That's a big deal. Like
Yeah. And
just to know you can quit is a big deal.
yes. And we have tons of people's stories too on our website, or like YouTube. So people tell their stories, and so a lot of times people come in, they'll be listening to the podcast, the
Yeah.
stories, and kind of getting them through the early days.
I
Like,
love it. That's awesome. See,
Trying to-
that's my favorite part. Like,
yeah,
I've went to AA meetings with my aunt, and we would have these, nasty stale cookies, and I'm just young, but I'm listening to these awesome stories that these people have, and it's like full of hope and tragedy and just triumph, just ups and downs so much that it's wild when you're around it, because sometimes it felt almost as if it almost felt like as if they were craving those moments whenever they would start to get to talk about them. But then it was like you'd see that weird, like, okay, I'm going to tell you all the worst parts about my story, and you see them all going down there, all like, okay, and they're just ready for the pitch to come back up,
the
right?
hope train.
Yeah, like, come on, man, we're get us there, man.
Yeah.
And so it's good to see people when you have like a group of people and you can know that, like, oh, okay, like, I'm not the only one that felt that way. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Like, that embarrassment of just, man.
Someone once said they were like, addicts are like the only people that can just lose everything.
Everything.
Absolutely everything, destroy their whole lives,
Yeah.
and the next day walk in and be like, I'm grateful that.
Yeah. Yep. Just want to praise God. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Start this over again.
Yeah.
Like and to be honest, that's a fair thing to say. Like, when you've lost everything, it's the one time in the world that you'll know that you have found everything.
Yep.
It is so deep, but so
It is.
it's hard to deal with. It's like somebody losing everything in a fire, and just, you're thankful that you're alive. You're thankful that you're still here. You might have lost everything, but you still have tomorrow to be able to get everything back. Like, and that's a great thing. For some people, that doesn't happen, So
Yeah, definitely.
I love it. If you guys are out there, I mean, you can make a change. You can definitely seek help. You can definitely talk to somebody about it. You don't have to feel like you're alone. I mean, there's so many different support groups, and
There's
this
no
one's
reason
awesome.
to be ashamed.
Yeah, there's no reason to
or
be
get
ashamed.
stuck in the shame circle.
For
it's like,
sure.
Yeah, you just keep using because you're guilty, and you're.
And I've noticed that a lot.
There's plenty of people out there like you that.
I hate the fact that, like, we've lost empathy. We've lost the feeling that that it's people. Like, you get all these people that get upset and they're like, "Oh, drug addict," and they just kind of just dismiss you or shun you away. And it's like, that's a person. Like, like, I mean, every single one of us, I don't care who you are, every single one of us is, I like to say, one bad day away from just your worst.
Oh, absolutely.
Ever,
And it's just like sin in general, It's like, so, maybe this person's a drug addict and this other person just hides their sin a little different,
and it's so weird because
it's exactly what it is.
I had a discussion with a priest once that was pretty awesome. Like, he said, and the way he put it just was so cool. He said, there is no relating to sin in a different way. Like, you can't say one sin is greater than another. They're not numbered that way. Like, they're not like, thou shalt not kill is like the top of the, and that's actually a misinterpretation. It's thou shalt not murder, I guess, is the way to, whatever. But any sin can lead to another sin, and you're capable of all of them. So, like, and this sounded really weird the way that he said it, but he said, if there was a 99-year-old lady here, she could do every single one of those sins. Like, you turn your back on her, she could hit you in the back of the head, you're dead.
We're all capable of it.
Everybody's capable of it. And it was just like, that is wild. I never thought about it that way, that it's just your...
Yeah, and that's why it's such a it's a beautiful thing. It's like we're all sinners. We're all depraved, and that's why
so wild. But I love the fact that that's how empowering that is, because when you realize that we're all capable of those things, then you start to make those changes, and you're like, oh, okay. Then it's so much more powerful that you're not doing any of those things.
Exactly.
Like, that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
So I
love
love
your
that.
heart.
I
Yeah, and
love
that's
that.
what's beautiful about it.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's, with that though, there's also some weird like gray areas that come into that. So it's like if you meet a person who's doing something like, you know, it could be a person who's selling drugs, or it could be a person who's just, you know, abusing a situation or something like that. And if they, you know, you look at them a certain way, but then everybody has like freedom of choice. So that's the real cool thing, that you never know when that choice is going to hit. So it could be like the smallest little words of encouragement. I've had times where I've just spoken to a friend and been like, hey, listen, this is what's going on. Like, if you need help, I can see it. Like, you know what I mean? No
Yeah.
judgment. I'm right here with you.
Yeah.
Like, and that little bit of just one simple thing has made, I've had people quit cold turkey right there and just be chill.
Yeah.
And change up.
Yeah, they could tell somebody.
Yeah. And I thought that was amazing, because you never know when that little downhill, cool, awesome moment that's going to just, you know, rocket you out of that little life that you've been living in could happen. I mean, for me, I was like a big pot advocate back in the day.
Yeah.
And I don't mind to tell people that, you know, there was, if a person would told me like, hey, what you're doing is bad, I had every single defense in my, like, I mean, I could have categorically put them in there. It's all natural. There's nothing wrong. Like I had the whole thing, right? So it was really funny.
It from the rooftops.
From the rooftops.
It's
There was no
safe.
way you could have told me any other, like, it's natural, damn it. If God didn't want it here, he wouldn't have put it here. I had every kind of defensive line, and I met the coolest woman ever. I used to work for her, and Pam was awesome. She told me, she goes, if you want to quit smoking, and I was like, I do, you know, and I kept saying I do, but I kept defending it, and I kept defending my friends, and she was like, you know, if you have to defend somebody, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
that makes sense.
It did. And I was like,
so
that hurt. I was like, all right, that makes sense. And she's like, if you really want to quit, she's like, I got something that'll help you quit. And I was like, oh, yeah, I do. I really do. So it was a couple days, because she ordered something for me, and then it came in the mail, and she's like, Mike, get up here. I'm like, all right. And I get up there, and it's this big, giant bag of suckers. And she's like, you said you wanted to quit. Now, if you're being serious, she's like, I bought these for you, and I really want you to use them, and just at least give it a shot. And now, mind you, it's cold outside, right? And this is at this time. And she's like, but you have to do all of the same things that you were doing before with that, but you're going to change this one little thing. That's it. So it's little baby steps, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm quitting smoking, so I'm getting that feeling like I want to, you know, smoke. But she bought me Dum Dum suckers. That's what they were called, Dum Dum suckers. And on the package was the worst thing. It was like getting slapped in the face. Every time I wanted a cigarette, I'd have to open one of these up, and there was like a package on the top that she's like, read it. And I'm like, Dum Dum, Dum Dum. Every time it was just like, Dum Dum. I'm like, all right. And then it was like, mind you, it was super cold. So I'm having to still do the same things. She said, don't change anything. So now you wanted to go smoke a cigarette. That's where you'd have to go smoke a cigarette. So go outside where it's cold and go eat your sucker. And I'm like, with this damn sucker. And it's like Dum Dum. And I'm like, yeah, this is working. I like, this is fine. This is fine. It was so funny.
Yeah, that's actually so smart.
Yeah, it helped.
Yeah.
I don't smoke anymore.
There's a book
and
that I had read right before, and it was talking about, you know, if you have a bad habit and you want to change it, every time you go do that habit, you know, you really think about it. Why am I doing this? And that's kind of like the same concept. So it works.
It really did.
And you you put a negative outlook on it instead of the positive one. You're kind of like switching it over.
It was funny because it empowered me to feel and see the steps that it was taking. So, you know, sometimes we tell ourselves like, what I'm doing is acceptable. We just kind of like,
it's not affecting anybody.
It's not, I'm not hurting anybody. What I'm doing is okay. It's just fine. It's just for me. If you stop long enough to actually see what you're doing, you'll see how many steps it actually takes to do the bad thing that you're doing. It's immense. I mean, first you start getting the moment where you have the thoughts, right? Then you track that down. Then you're like, okay, well, now I've got to do something for it. So like, you're going to go out and you're going to do whatever it is you're doing. Gets to that people, places, things I was talking about. When you start to get into those cycles, you'll start to hear somebody else say something that gives you the idea, and then you start going out, and then it's like you hit those 3 trifectas right off the rip. And it becomes a pattern. And I think people just get so comfortable with the pattern. Yeah, they get so comfortable with it.
And that's their lifestyle. Then it turns into a lifestyle, and you don't have time for anything else.
Nothing else.
And
then
it consumes your mind so much of your thoughts that...
Completely.
Yeah.
It is really sad. I mean,
the amount of stuff that I can do today that I wasn't able to do
100%
is, just
100%.
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah,
my laziest days are more productive.
I was about to say, with everything that I've done lately, it's been like work. But I love it because it's like I had an addiction to pot, and I know you'll get a lot of people that's like, that's not yes, 100%. I was addicted to marijuana. Yeah. So there's a time and a place for everything, and I feel like I got addicted. I stayed on this horrible track where I was just like, it consumed every inch of my day. Like I couldn't go a day without it.
Right.
Like could not go a day without it. And it had total control over me. And for anybody that could happen for any drug. Like,
absolutely.
Alcoholism, smoking cigarettes, anything that's out there, you can do too much of it. I mean, you eat too many aspirins, I promise you it'll be the last headache you ever have. And gambling, big one. You can do too much of anything. And I think that proportions of what you get into, we went out, was it New Year's? We had a cool time, and I had quit drinking. And, we got out, and I said, it's New Year's, man. This would be the one time where I should be able to enjoy an actual drink like a normal being and just have a good time, right? But I can't. And I'm like, it was so empowering to myself, and I felt good about this because I said, this is me having an open discussion with myself saying that I cannot handle this right here. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to like it, and I could see where this could go, right?
Right.
That was so cool to be able to say that to myself and not feel ashamed to say that. Like, I had an issue with it. I don't want to go down that road. Drinking is just another, it's another crutch.
Absolutely. And then you think, like, I always feel I'm very strong. Like, gratitude is the biggest, one of the biggest tools in my recovery. And it doesn't come naturally. People think, no, it's literally a practice skill. And now it's like, if I'm at a concert, I'm like, it's been, 13 years since I've, you know what I mean? I mean, I could just have one drink, and it's like, but then you become so grateful because, you see these people drinking beside you. And not that there's anything wrong with having a beer or two.
Nothing wrong with it.
But the beauty of being able to see the world in a sober way and enjoying the concert, like sober and just not numbing out those feelings and being there, even when times are tough, even when you're arguing, with your spouse or your kids have drove you up the wall and being able to look back and like seeing what you've learned from that and not running away.
Yep.
It's like the gratitude and
it is amazing.
Yeah.
I think people are put into your life and you don't notice it. It's like sometimes you might take them for granted, but it's weird. It's like when you need someone, they will be there. And I don't care. It doesn't have to be somebody like, oh, there's going to be this weird, important person that's just going to show up in a business suit that's going to like, hey, here, let me give you a hand up. No, it could be literally as simple as the person that's homeless down underneath a bridge that has nothing but yet will give you the best advice you've ever had, which will just blow your mind. You'll be like, did I just really hear what I just heard? Like, why did that hit me so hard? And it can come from anybody. And I think that's awesome. There's I forget what it was, but there was a book I was reading and it said, every time you encounter someone in life, you should always think about the fact that you might be speaking with God.
Yeah.
That's a portion of God in front of you that's sitting there having a conversation with you back.
Yeah, that's why I love like the job. Like I meet so many people. The job I do, not my nonprofit, but my like day job, and it's just like taking the 3 minutes to sit back there and like talk to them. Other than their ailments and
love it.
you hear so many stories, you know, and that's like, especially older people.
I love it.
You learn just so much wisdom from.
That's she knows my father figure. He's the coolest dude ever. He's a Vietnam vet. He's like the man, and she'll tell you I rarely listen to people. We were just talking about this tonight. I hate that feeling of arrogance where you feel like sometimes you're the smartest person in the room.
Right.
And I tell her all the time, I'm like, I'm at least smart enough to know that if I ever feel like I'm the smartest person in the room, to just leave, go somewhere where you're not, you know? Like, you need to challenge yourself. You need to be better at trying to find those things. And he has wisdom on a scale that I just can't even fathom it. You know, he was in Vietnam. He's got like all these, it's the wildest things. Like, his stories are just awesome. And when he says stuff, it's like, I can't help but to listen because it's just so impactful every time he says something.
Yeah.
I find little stuff. But yeah, it's, I think if you're suffering from an addiction and you want something fun to do that can actually help you out and make you feel better about yourself, go to a nursing home. Go to a nursing home. Go to some place like what is that called? The VFW? That's not the one, is it? It's like veterans. You know, it's basically just people who are war veterans. Yeah, the veterans homes. Like, oh my gosh, the stories you will hear, the amazingness that is there. It's so much knowledge in there. I mean,
it is. Yeah,
it's so wild.
Yeah, the people we encounter every day, they have.
Yeah, it's great.
So it's definitely beautiful, and people in nursing homes are really lonely. So
yeah, so
they
it's
they
like
definitely
a double
need
hit.
visitors.
Yeah, that's. We've got a friend we need to go over there anyway. We got a couple that are in these places.
Yes.
I'd actually like to start doing something on that too, because that's an industry that's kind of got me worried. You know, you got a lot of people that are in that industry that probably don't need to be in that industry. I mean, hearing a lot of horror stories lately.
Yeah. I work as a paramedic, and sometimes we see some sad things.
Yeah. I wanted to do that. That was kind of the thing I wanted to do.
You still can.
I can. I ended up, so when Pam passed away, I wanted to keep her memory going, and I wanted to do something good. And I was like, I'm going to be a paramedic, or not. I didn't even really want to be the paramedic part. I just wanted to be the driver that gets you there safe. You know, I'm like, I'm this big dude. I'm going to get you to this person. We're going to save their ass. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted to do. And I went over here, right over by the hospital, by King's Daughters, right across the street. There was this little ambulance place. And I was like, I showed up there. I kept showing up. I'm not getting paid for anything. I'm showing up early before I'm supposed to go to these classes. I'm like, I just want to learn. I'm getting on the bus. I'm learning all the different stuff. And it was awesome. And the guy's like, oh, yeah. He's like, you don't even have to go to school. Stop. Don't worry about that. You can come work here and we'll train you right here, and you won't even have to worry about it. There's going to be a class we can teach you from this. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm just going for weeks, and it's just nothing is happening. There was never a class that showed up. And I ended up working out at Sandy's, which is hilarious to me because it's like the farthest thing from what I wanted to do, and it's just, that was wild. But
well, we have classes if you're ever interested. We have really good instructor and really good classes. So I can definitely get you in touch with the right.
I wouldn't mind doing, like I said, I'm an amazing driver.
EMT.
I love to drive.
Yeah. And so there's always a paramedic EMT combo.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, yeah.
And so you still do stuff other than driving.
Right.
EMT is not just
drivers. Got to assist in a lot lot of different things. And,
they do patient care, and
that's really cool.
So So
yeah, I do like that.
Enjoyable field.
And
I love it. I get to talk to people.
That is
show up for them sometimes, and
that is awesome. I think now pretty much it's just Narcan hour, like you just every other 5 minutes that's all you're seeing, and it's getting to the point where I'm kind of noticing a trend of people getting they're getting jaded quick now.
Yeah.
Police officers are just so angry. They keep dealing with the same stuff over and over and over. Paramedics seeing the same stuff over and over. And it's like, I think the people in the nursing homes, they're just getting angry, you know? They're seeing the same things. It's just people are getting jaded so quick at the jobs that they're at.
That definitely happens, especially in EMS.
That's what I
any
mean.
kind of first responder.
You have to have a calling. I
Yeah.
mean, that
You
really...
have to see the greater picture and
exactly.
the greater good. And
I think that's a big thing.
you know, and you never know, like, I always say, I'm a big component of, you know, when people was like, well, we've Narcaned them 3 times. Like, well, you never know the next time you're going to Narcan them and they're going to do something amazing.
That's what I was about to say. The next one might be the one that just, you know, you just made a new Einstein. He might, like, oh, Eureka, I got a crazy moment. Like, just, now I know what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Like, awesome. There you go. Like, you never know when somebody's moment is going to turn around. And that's a big deal. And I think that not enough people consider that. I think there's so many people that's like, well, they're on this path. It's just going to go all the way out, and it's just never going to change. And it's like, no, you can change today. Like, you know, like just from hearing us right now, somebody could go, you know what? Yeah, they're right. I'm not going to do this anymore. Right. And they could be there one moment that just changes everything. And I'm like, that's important. And I think the power to change your mind is massive. It's massive. It could be such a good thing. Sometimes it could be a bad thing, but you never know. You never know. In your meetings that you guys have, so you're a paramedic by day, like, or by night, or whatever your shift, and then you do the meetings like on your free time. That is awesome. Yeah,
it's become like it's really become kind of our full-time job. We have a board now, obviously. So cool. I'm the treasurer. We have a president, a vice president, and then a secretary, and then we have people who are just board members. And
that is awesome. And is there you said it's a nonprofit. I still don't understand how that works. Nonprofit versus profit. Like, do they still make money? Can they make money from a nonprofit? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, so we're kind of just, you can make money for a nonprofit, but you're obviously not like for profit. So we're there to help people and stuff, but you know, there might be ways that we might have to pay somebody's salary because they're like, for example, you know, we're, you know, to monitor that space all day, every day, you know,
it's probably a lot.
And to be involved, you know, it really has become our full-time jobs. So in ways like that, you know, where there people are out doing outreach and things like that. So
that's so cool.
And yeah, again, we don't have any paid positions or anything on our board, but that's just kind of like ways that people
can do things like that.
So
yeah, when I started this, I thought, you know,
I was about to ask you about your podcast.
You don't even understand. This is so weird. It was like this was a, you know how everybody says like a pipe dream or whatever. Like, you know, I did trucking for a while. I bought little parts, little pieces. I loved just anything to do with podcasting. I thought it was an awesome thing. I'd always listen to like Joe Rogan and different people, you know, and I just always thought it was really cool. Not so much some people want a podcast because they like the fame of it.
Right.
I care less about the fame. My thing is I love the fact that it's long format.
Yeah.
I think when you see me on this, right, people see what they want to see, and it's just for a small amount of time. But if you get to really get to know me, it's like a whole different story. You know what I mean? And long format allows you to do that. You can actually have these conversations that are so great. You don't have to like stop in like 10 minutes and say, no, a commercial from our sponsor and, you know, all that cheesy stuff. There, you know, you're not putting on a fake face. Like, this is who I am. Like, you're getting to meet me on this is my battlefield here, right? So like, we get to have a conversation where it's real. We get into the conversation and it can go left, right, any which way it wants to. And it's not scripted to be some weird fake thing that
that's what people look for, authentic.
That's what I like about it.
I love it too. I love long form content.
It's the best.
I love Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan.
It's hilarious. And I love that they mix comedy with it. That's so awesome. I want to get better at that. You know, this is it's a learned craft, and I think you have to get used and comfortable with being nervous and scared first.
Yes.
It's like being strapped to a rocket ship and you and you know, like as it's going across, like, yep, I'm getting there. The Your Story, Our Lens.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great idea.
It's amazing. Like, dude, it's all I get. Like, everywhere I've been, I have been all over the U.S., all over. And every state except for Alaska. It's the only place I have not been in the U.S.
Wow.
And I've traveled through it, went past it, lived in it, like just all over the U.S. Everyone has amazing stories.
Yes.
Everyone has these crazy moments in life that just you would not believe that just happened. Like listen, I got to tell somebody this. Like, those are great. And I think that this is our way of hearing those stories that people are, sometimes you're not proud of it. Sometimes you've lived a life where, most of it might not have been good.
I definitely have, yeah.
Yeah, same here. So, like, there's a lot of my life where I'm just like, oh, did I really do that? Why did I do that? Like, all right, cool. Like, way to change this up and just try to, do better from now. But I think that it's really cool to get to know people and get to see their story. And recovery, I think, is like one of those things that's, personally, I think it's the hardest job there is right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, besides what you guys do, of course, because you guys are actually, dealing with somebody that might be dying in the back of a bus or something like that. That could be.
But it's all hard. It's, it's all hard in its own ways.
Yeah.
So my husband was a peer support specialist, and well, he worked in the recovery space for a long time.
He's the man. I like him.
Yeah.
He blew me away. Like, that was,
and it's a hard job, Yeah. And I was in recovery. It was like, I wanted to help people, but I also was like, I didn't want like recovery to be my entire like job, outside of job. It's all, So it's like, that's what I love about EMS. It's like I get to help people, but it's not all the same.
And it feels like I don't know.
It's hard. Oh, plus people's stories. I get very emotional. I get very attached.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's hard for me to kind of disassociate. So people come in and they're telling their story and how they ended up in this spot, and
that's a big one. I think here in this town, we don't have a lot here, and that that makes me sad because I'm from Hawaii, and out there everything stays open until like 4 a.m, right?
Okay.
4 a.m. is pretty much typically.
In Hawaii?
Yeah, everybody's still doing stuff. Like, I mean, like if you wake up in the middle of the night and you just decide, you know what, I'm bored, I'm gonna go somewhere. Like, there's still things that's open at 4 a.m. Like here, you're lucky to find something past 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, if you can still find something that's open, you're amazing. Like what? That took me a lot to get used to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. That's not been fun.
Now that I'm sober, it's like there's always so much to do. Like, I don't know if you like the YMCA. Our YMCA is amazing.
I have still not been over there. I've heard so many good things.
Okay,
that's definitely what I'm going to be doing.
Because,
But what time does it close?
Right. So, well, you can get a 24-hour access key.
There actually is a 24-hour to the Y.
Yeah. So now people aren't.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
You just made my day right now.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
It's because sometimes if it's already closed, we may have to sneak in and get a workout in. But as long as you have a key fob, and they started that about a year or two ago.
Okay.
But even then, you go by there, it's full. There's so many classes.
Okay.
Like
cool.
I've been going there for years, and I didn't realize like how much stuff they actually have.
That's
it's
awesome.
such a good resource.
I'm definitely gonna have
and then
to do
of course, we're big fans of the skating rink. But once
I love the skating rink. We've been wanting to go for a while now. We've just been like, it's been one thing after another.
Yeah.
We've been working here. I'm gonna say it's been. I'm gonna say it's been about, and this sounds really weird, but 18, 19 hours a day.
Jeez.
Every day since we've opened.
Wow.
It's been crazy. Like
you just like. So you do
exhausted is what we are.
You do pictures here.
We do photography, videography, and podcasting.
And here I am coming in.
No, it's fine. I love it. We want more people to come through here. It's been a nightmare trying to get everything together because it's just been me and her. And we had another that was helping us, and then she disappeared, and she's been working, and she hasn't had time. So we've just been us. And it's literally been crazy, and we've been working like almost, I want to say it's been 18 hours a day, just about every day for the last two and a half months now. But what's cool though is in 2.5 months, I feel like we have done more in this last 2.5 months than I have in my probably, you know,
That's
45
beautiful.
years of living. Like we got to help a whole bunch of people for Christmas, which was so cool. We got to, get food drives. We've done, toy drives for kids. Like that was cool. We've shown like awareness, for different events. We've done like the AEP thing. We've done God, we've it's been a wild 2.5 months. I mean, it's been nonstop, but
Yeah, that's beautiful.
it's yeah. So this I'm hoping is something that people
Really
relate
latch
to,
on
and
to.
they can,
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
because we don't have nothing really like
No,
this.
we don't have this in locally, and it's so
Yeah.
good to connect locally.
Yeah.
Like that's what my focus is, especially for a nonprofit like more this year. It's like, but we've just been, pretty much like in the mud,
Yeah.
just trying to like, and now this thing has just grown so big. So it's like, hey, I want,
I love it because that's what we're trying to do is find resources for things like that. I think that that's like if you're gonna get in the mud, get dirty. Like
yep.
so,
And I
I'm
think
down.
it's good
So
to be, in your community too,
yeah, 100%.
So while everybody does need help out there, obviously,
Of
like
course.
we're
Yeah.
everywhere, we're all trying to individually also focus on our communities too. So
I've seen so many people in the last month and a half that's been like, have you seen what's going on with the president and the government and and I'm like, dude, I can't get out of my bed without dying of exhaustion, man. Like right here, right now is what I'm dealing with. I
Yeah.
have to go work. Like you tell me if the world ends tomorrow, I'll deal with that then. But until
Yeah.
then, I'm going to work with right here. So yeah, every time I keep seeing something, Venezuela, I'm like,
yeah,
Ashland.
yeah,
Every time. Like my town. We got to do this in our town.
Yeah.
Start with your front yard, your house first, then go out and then spill yourself
yep.
outwards. And,
That's what, and Justin's big about that too. So that's what another reminder. He's kind of reminding me because, and like we're tired too. It's like it's just ramping up, and we just feel this major, it's grown pretty fast, and like this weekend we're going to New York to see we got invited for a documentary premiere. So it's called Side Effects May Include, and it's about Kratom. So we're really excited to go and do. Yeah, come.
That is awesome.
You guys are invited.
Dude, that is so
So
cool.
yeah, if you guys are interested in going, like if you guys are able to make it there, we have some tickets. So
I am actually interested in doing documentaries. Is what you got
well,
me on there.
we've been also trying to think about that too, because it's not that we don't agree. We just get we have a pretty strong stance on Kratom, and not everybody shares that stance.
Right.
So we get kind of nervous when we're going in these spaces. Like it's like this is.
I think if you're sticking to your guns
Oh.
and your heart's in the right place,
Yes.
everybody else can just.
And that's what I've learned so much. Like our
back.
president and founder, she's just like, it's been such a beautiful journey to watch, because it's like she has said these things from the very beginner and never wavered. And
That's cool.
we believe in the same thing too, but she is just she's just a powerhouse. So I'm kind of more a gentle spirit.
Yeah.
And then we have our VP, who's a very clear headed. She's so smart, and we just have all our little components that just make us like a really good team. The secretary,
Seems like you
he's
guys
amazing.
are starting to get ducks in order. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how many of you guys are going out to this New York thing?
So we have some people from the community that's going to go too. Just we're trying to get the seats filled, and
That's awesome.
but so it'll be me, Decima, and Hillary, which is the president, vice president. So
That's cool.
it'll be exciting. Yes.
I've been to New York. It's an adventure. I'll say that
I
in the
haven't been
least.
since I was a teenager when we went for marching band competition. So, but I loved it.
I have a horrible story for New York. I was driving truck, and when I went from California to Laredo, from Laredo, and they said, "Hey, look, we need you to go over to Florida." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I'm heading towards Florida, and they're like, hey, last second change up. We're going to have you go to New York. And I'm like, but you told me I'd never have to go to New York. I'm nervous. I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. Let's do this. So I get going to New York and I'm jamming along. When I'm driving, I love my music up and I'm going,
Yep.
I'm gonna get us there. Listen, I did not know.
There's not going nowhere when you get down.
You're not supposed to go. No. That would have been fine. I would have loved to have been just stuck in a traffic jam. That would have been great if that would have been the only problem I had. Nope. You're not supposed to go into New York with your truck.
Oh,
You're
that would make
supposed
sense.
you're supposed to pull over. There's a spot that every truck driver apparently knows, except for me, that you pull over and you drop your back and they'll come back and grab your load and just take it on in, right? And it's totally fine. A hopper is supposed to do that for you. Yeah. I drove my truck straight into the middle of New York. This giant, giant truck. I'm going under a bridge that absolutely is not going to accommodate this truck. So I stopped instantly before I went anywhere. I got New Yorkers saying, get up. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like they're yelling, what up? I'm like, oh, great. I get out of the truck and they're like, oh, okay. He's big, but you can just tell they're trying to give me the bafangul. Like, I'm like, all right, yeah. So I had to wait for an officer to show up to help me get everybody back so I could turn it around. And
you're trying to turn around in the traffic that is New York.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad.
That would be a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. And I'm like, this is my last day being a truck driver. I'm done. I'm officially done. This cop was the coolest dude ever. He's like, dude, I got you, but he's like, it looks like I might have to shoot somebody here today because this is it was really bad. It was we had to block off traffic. It took like 2 other cops to come out. They literally, escorted me out. I had to do this weird little turn to get everything.
And everybody knew that you did the no.
Yeah, it was so bad. But the cop was like really cool about it, and he was like, you did a great thing. You stopped. He's like, he's like, what happens a lot is that whole top comes off. And he's like, there's too many people that keep trying to go under that bridge.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, God. I'm like, thank God. He's like, yeah, it's embarrassing, but you get out of here with nothing. He's like, you're good. You got a little bit of a yell at.
Yeah.
Welcome to New York. I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm done. Yeah. I'm done driving. I really did. That was my last run, too. I was training a student. We went to Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh, it's beautiful up there.
It's the most gorgeous state I've ever been in.
Is.
And I've been to Hawaii.
Yeah,
and I still tell people
states, but
Flagstaff, Arizona is literally paradise.
Oh, it is.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it was my first time ever there.
Sedona.
And I hit an elk. An elk walked in front of us on the highway.
Yeah.
And I'm in my semi and we hit that sucker, head on. It is just massive, just
unforgiving.
That thing was so big that it's looking me in the eye as I'm driving.
Like, what are you gonna do?
Oh my God! There's no way to swerve. You can't. If you swerve, you're gonna take out some person or family of 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you just got to hit it. And oh man, I was thanking God that I was the one driving and not my student because I was teaching people how to drive for a while. And
because he would have never came back.
Yeah. And I think he's still driving truck too to this day. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Caden, shout out to you, man. That was a crazy day. I was like, oh my God. Everybody kept asking me. They were like, as soon as I pulled over, I go back. I'm like, I'm frazzled, just rattled to the bone. Like, oh my God, did that just actually happen? I walk back to the back. Then a cop pulls over and he's like, oh, you hit an elk. Are you going to take the horns? I'm like, I don't. What? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Can we work on this first? Like, I get back to the front. There's people passing by, and they're like, "Are you gonna take the horns?" And I'm like, "What's going on here?" So I keep walking. I'm going down the street, like trying to make sure that everybody else is good because there was like 4 or 5 cars that ended up hitting it afterwards. Because, we hit it, but it stayed in the middle of the road.
Right.
So
It's not moving.
Yeah, so people are driving by, and it's just raking the side of their car with these horns. And everybody keeps asking the same thing. So this tow truck driver, he pulls up, and he's like, he just literally whips out a hacksaw and takes the horns, and he's like, here you go. And he hands them to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is with everybody in these
You
horns,
earned
man?
these.
Like, apparently this is Flagstaff, Arizona. Welcome here.
Yeah.
Here's your horns. You gotta have that. Don't forget that. Yeah, that was so I ended up having to stay there for like I think it was like a week or something
Oh,
because
cool.
we didn't have a truck, so
Yeah.
we couldn't. So Flagstaff was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so nice. Like that place, the weather was perfect. The people, everybody there, I was like, dude, this is not right.
Yeah.
This is like it's too perfect here. This
Yeah.
is too quiet.
It was so pretty. It's
It really
beautiful.
was. It was
I
gorgeous,
can't
yeah.
believe it. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, if we find out anything tomorrow, hopefully we'll find out something cool resource-wise.
Yeah, for sure.
We will definitely get a hold of you on that. And
Yeah.
you want to look into that camera one more time and
Okay.
tell them where they can find you and what, yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. So we're quitting Kratom support. There is a way out. You can find us at kratomquitters.com or email us at support@kratomquitters.com if you have any questions. And yeah, thank you for having me.
It's awesome. Anytime. That has been a good story. I like it.
Yeah,
This is,
thank you so much.
That's really cool because I didn't even know that was a thing. So
Oh,
that's really
A
awesome.
lot of people don't. So we finally got built where we're able to just like kind of explode and have the manpower to support that. So
That is really cool. I like it.
it's been special, and we're kind of worried because tomorrow is when the episode for the Jason Ellis drops. So we're hoping that
That's cool.
that'll.
How long was the so he had dealt with Kratom battle as well?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so since his recovery, has he been like an advocate for people to get off of it real big?
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
okay,
Like
that's
he'll
cool.
talk to people and stuff on his story. I
Nice.
didn't really know a lot about his background, but I've since learned some. But
That's really cool.
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. I will try to look for that.
yeah. It should be out tomorrow, and then we have a YouTube and stuff. So if you guys ever want to come on
Yeah,
podcast
absolutely.
anytime, and like if you ever want to learn more or anything, like we could do a little podcast. And
I love
you guys
it.
could ask questions. So,
Sounds great.
but
Yeah.
I know you guys probably don't have time to do much right now because you guys are.
We've been nonstop. It's been so crazy. I'm actually looking forward to
So are you guys
some
able?
things coming up.
Are you guys able to make your money and stuff doing?
We have, this is where it gets sad. So everybody's like, okay, so what is your numbers? So we had a meeting just the other day, and I told my friend the numbers that we've been getting. We've almost hit 1 million views on all the stuff that we've done. So we're
Okay.
on different stuff. So we've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever.
Okay.
We're on all of them, and yeah. So with everything, we're at pushing right at 1 million views now.
Okay, great.
We've made $0.
No dollars, yeah.
The only
It's hard
thing
to-
that we have made money on so far has been our photography. That's the only thing that has made us anything. And we have had a client, and they were on our commercials for like a long time, and we're not doing that anymore. So it's kind of like it's a hit and miss. When you start a business, you have this intended goal where you think that this is what it's going to be, this is what's going to provide the money, this is what's going to do this. And then I've been telling everybody, it's like you have a plan until you get hit.
Yeah.
And then the first time you get hit, it's like, what plan? Did we have a plan? What was the plan? Like,
Yeah.
it's been just,
Yeah, that's what I was
Mad
kind of
scramble.
curious on how to.
yeah, it's been a mad scramble.
Do you
So,
do photography like outside of here, like outdoor photography too?
I actually do professional photography for every different type of style you
Oh,
can think
good,
of.
good. Okay.
Headshots, boudoir.
Because you always have
I have a studio where
an
they can.
income there, right?
It's the only thing that actually, for right now, which is weird because it's technically the lowest paid thing out of the things that I do.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be podcasting has a potential to be the biggest thing ever.
Right. But it takes a lot of.
But it takes
time, yeah.
it just takes
Not a lot of time, but time. Yeah.
the sad part is that so they're okay. So I like that you asked this because this is actually kind of I really want people to understand this, and it's really a big deal. Comparison is the thief of joy. Okay,
Yeah.
So like when you compare yourself to other people, it instantly sucks out all of the good things that you've done and just makes you feel like crap. Every time I look on YouTube, I see these people in these stories where they're like, man, we've only been on for 10 days and we've got $1 million plus, dollars and we're doing so great. And I'm like, It's just the thief of joy just instantly just steals it from me every time. I have been doing this for almost 10 years.
Okay.
So I've been talking to rooms empty. I have been like doing podcasting like in my, room.
Yeah.
I started out doing gaming and just it's not gotten me anything. But I mean, I say that, but look where I'm at right now.
Right,
so it has progressively gotten me to a point where I can do it as a living, which is great. But there is nothing coming in right now. It's all coming out of pocket. And, you do a job, all the money goes straight back into bills. So you don't get to have anything, you don't do anything, but you're still getting to, I'm paying to work.
Yeah.
But coming from a person who was lazy and just was, addicted to pot and just sat on my couch all the time. Now I'm actually doing something great with my life, and I feel like it's a good life lesson to learn that it's never too late to try to chase what it is that you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
And with this, I think if I can get into the not just the commercial aspect of it, like, shooting commercials with people is actually really cool. And I like it. And I think that we're going to do more of those. But the just going out and doing what's the word for it? Where you make a movie. It's a small movie, basically for anything. You can do it for anything. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like a biography. It doesn't have to be like doesn't have to be necessarily a podcast exactly. Right. But what we do have is mobile.
Right.
That is like the big thing that we have going for us right now is that we are mobile and we can go anywhere with our stuff.
Yep.
And with what we have right now, I think community is the one thing that we're lacking.
Yeah.
And we have a huge reach for only having about 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
We have 1,000 followers on Facebook.
1,200 now.
Okay, 1,200.
Just moved to 1,200.
Well,
oh, awesome. Yeah.
I'm actually happy. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Facebook is weird.
Oh, yeah.
They do not care how many followers you have.
Yes.
That does not entitle you to make money through Facebook. They do not care. You can have 10,000 followers, and the time when they decide that they're going to pay you is when they invite you to the creators thing, which is like, that could be any time, whatever. You could literally have, I want to say you can have 10 followers, and if they decide, hey, we just like what you're doing, we'll invite you to be a creator, and like you can get paid, monetized right then and there. But it's right now we're at the point where it's like stars, and nobody. I didn't even know stars was a thing, so nobody's giving us any stars or any. There's no hugs, no stars here. Yeah. so that part's not happening. YouTube would be the only way that we could get paid. But you have to have 1,000 followers there, and you got to have 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah.
We are at, what was it, 400? I want to say we're at, I don't even think it's that. It's like we're at 400 followers.
But you'll get there.
But we're getting massive amounts of views.
Yeah.
Like, our views is like very high. And I was telling that to a friend of mine, and he was like, that doesn't even make any sense. He's like, how are you even, like, there's no reason you shouldn't be getting paid for what you're doing. And then I had another buddy that came over, he was playing music and stuff, and he said, every time I've seen you, you keep trying to give away stuff. You keep trying to do more, but for less. And he's like, you're allowed to, and then it hit me when he said it. He goes, you're allowed to make a living while you make an impact.
Right, exactly.
And I was like, I love that he said that, because now it's sticking with me that I am allowed to make a living.
Yes,
and
you need to. Yes.
Yeah, and that's where we're at right now. And we're hoping that this starts to take off. And
I feel like it will. I love that. And, like, maybe you guys can get out and start, like, going around and talking to people, kind of like.
That's what I was telling her just a little bit ago.
Putting a lens on, like, the Appalachian region or even, like,
Yeah. That's what I was telling her. And
Kratom.
the interesting part about this place, though, that I do love, and no matter what, nobody can take this from us. We have gotten where we're at right now without doing any of the negative.
Yeah.
We haven't tried to do any clickbaity stuff.
Right,
We haven't tried to do any
exactly.
like
That's
the
important. That's how we
gotcha
have.
moments of
Yeah.
like we're not into that. Like,
Yep.
and if that's what it takes to make it, we don't want it that
Yeah.
bad. So
That's how we are too.
Yeah.
So we're very big on that,
Yeah.
which is what, we get kind of in trouble for sometimes.
yeah, me too.
It's
Like, because it's not paying, and I feel like
Yeah.
I've
We've had some people try to do social media stuff and
Right.
they'll put, and we're like, no, we're not.
I'm not into that.
They'll
man.
try to,
Yeah.
go on the fence, and that's why we have some pretty strong.
I have had so many times where we've been out and we've recorded something where I could have been like, "Oh, that's one of those moments," and my
Yeah.
my lizard brain's like, "Oh, take it. This is the
Yeah.
moment. Post this. This is the
Yeah.
time." I'm like, "No, it's not what I'm looking for." I'm like, if that's what it takes to make it, I don't want it. Like
No.
let me go down with the ship. It's fine. Like I'm not dealing with that. I'm not going to be known for that crap. Like, you got too many news outlets around here that have potential huge access that they could do so much good for the people that's out there.
Yeah.
And all they want to do is be clickbaity. Like, what are you
Right.
doing? Like,
Yeah.
nobody cares what happened with the Kardashians this week. I
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
care.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're going to tell me that they found God and they're out there trying to really help and they're just, they're doing some amazing stuff. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't understand it. It's getting bad now. And I think now more than ever, people need to strap in, get laser focused, find your niche, and just find your community and just grow. Like,
Absolutely.
That's what I would like to do, and I'm hoping that happens. But we will see.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. Pray that it works out. So
Yes. Well, we'll definitely be.
yeah. So anytime you guys want to come on, do any kind of spot on the Kratom stuff, I love it. I think
yeah.
anything to do with recovery, I think this is going to be amazing. My buddy Josh, he's the coolest. Like, he's got so much good stuff going on, and I really want to introduce you to him because he's got some real crazy like resources when it comes to the recovery space.
Yeah.
And you guys could probably partner up on some stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't know anything about any of that stuff, but I would love to help. And any way I
Yeah.
can facilitate that handshake, I think that's
Yeah,
going to be
for
really
sure.
cool. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely just trying to spread the word of the
yeah,
dangers and letting people know that we're there when they're
that's
ready
awesome. That's
so.
awesome. And are you guys looking for a like a brick and mortar, like a place?
Eventually, we would like to kind of have a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
But we just haven't, kind of
Haven't
gotten it.
decided
It's so
before.
hard because we're just spread everywhere. Like our
ridiculous.
our nonprofit's based in Mississippi, just because that's where our founder and
that's-
president is.
That's cool.
So of course, it's like you just use her address, you
Yeah,
know. So it's
that's
kind of
neat.
like
I've thought about so with this, we are a for-profit. I don't know the difference between that's some of the stuff that I thought about. So she's amazing, right? So she does a lot of work cooking, and I'm trying to get her to do a show that empowers women, right?
yeah,
And
that'd be awesome.
yes, and if you would, if you said you're the lead person of what
Yeah.
you're doing, if she'd be interested in maybe doing something like that, we're looking for some people together, because I want her to get an episode that does this weekly, that's just for that, empowering women, just getting them, to
Yeah.
come on, you have a space here to
Yeah.
show them what you got. Like, that is important.
Been a lot of women in our area that's done great,
Amazing things.
Yeah, you should have a space for them. That would be awesome.
I've got several friends that are, and just trying to get everybody together.
Yeah.
Is the key part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long,
Hopefully,
you know.
hopefully down the road we'll get it.
Well, I want to do something similar like that as well, but I want to do it for business out, I want to try to find the best business owners around this area and just maybe pick their brain on
Yeah.
what am I doing wrong? Like,
Right.
what can I do better? How can I learn from the best that are doing it? And I feel like, this area, it has more potential than it lets itself believe that it
Oh,
does.
it
You
does,
know, like
absolutely.
everybody around here, when I talk to people, they're so proud to be from this area, but yet at the same time, I don't see a lot of like movement towards
Right.
something, right? So like take for example I know we're past where we're at, but okay, so take for example the Paramount, right?
Right.
I love that place. The place is amazing. And you would think that more people would come out and really support it to the point where there's no reason it should ever fail, right? It's too
Right.
big to fail is what it should be.
Exactly.
But even then, it's not. Like,
Right.
do you remember the
But if
Ashland
it was torn
newsstand?
down, we'd, I miss the newsstand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I could not picture Ashland without the Ashland newsstand.
Right, exactly.
I could
you go
not.
in, play some pool.
It was
get your
amazing.
magazine. Yeah, I
Right.
mean,
Yeah, it
it's
was
just
literally
like-
amazing. And when I think back on it from being a kid, there wasn't like it was like this awesome Taj Mahal place. It was
No,
just
so
this
like a
little hole in the wall, but it was the Ashland
was our
newsstand,
hole in the
man.
wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like the greatest place ever, and it's gone. And that breaks my heart. And I feel like there's more and more businesses that are starting to slowly decline to do that.
Yep.
And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just that the people, because every person I talk to, when I say, "Hey, man, do you know the Ashland newsstand?" They're like, "I love that place." I'm like, "Well, what the hell happened to it?
Yeah,
Like, how
right.
did we let this happen?" Like, and I feel like that's what's happening a lot. We're slowly letting the best places just disappear.
Yep.
And I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
what's
very
going on.
sad because the Paramount, that's just
Yeah,
monumental. It's like
and
we
that's
should all be
yeah
trying to
down
at least
there.
go to a couple shows a
Every,
year.
every
I mean,
like
it just
at
takes
least
a little bit.
once a month there should be something going on that brings everybody out to the Paramount.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and things like the Garden Roller Rink. Like I've visited
100%.
a lot of roller rinks around the United States.
love the Garden
My husband goes, if we go somewhere, we're going to 3 roller rinks.
Yeah.
Like we're there. And I promise you
Yeah.
that Garden Roller Rink is one of the best rinks in the United States.
It's so fun.
And people have no idea because it's a hole in the wall. It's like this is like a classic roller rink.
Like for real
the
classic.
floor is
Yeah.
amazing.
That's what I love
You
about it.
got, and so
You can walk in there and just feel nostalgia. Just like the
Exactly.
moment you walk in there, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I told him, I was like, I really want to come down there because I have the mobile. We could literally set up the whole podcast right there where people could come on live. We could do lives over there.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is that it's like the legality of it for where there's kids.
Right,
if
you know,
you have like, if you're
We do have
doing
an adult skate
cameras.
night,
Right.
but
So
yeah.
that's what I was saying. But they
Yeah.
would still have to do like a waiver because you could have somebody who's doing the skating and then they fall over and they don't like that and they want me to take down a video
Right,
because
exactly.
they're in there and I'm like, so there is issues that I have to work on. But if the owner himself decides that he wants us to be there,
Right.
he can give us granted permission and then that makes it okay for us to film because then it becomes a public space again.
Right.
But it's
there's all the little
there's little
technicalities.
rules. It's
Yeah.
so ridiculous. And it's like when you're trying to do things the legit way, it's like every little thing just hits you in the face so hard, and it's
Yeah.
just like a new adventure every time. But it's okay. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
I like it. This should be really cool, and I can't wait to have like awesome business conversations right here because I think this space is really cool for.
It's such a cool
that
space.
type of
I
stuff.
hope you get many conversations.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping it's going to be like this awesome, your story, our lens,
Yeah.
and it becomes something that catches on.
Yep.
Yeah. So, with that, I think we're good. And if you guys see us, hit the like button. You definitely want to hit that share button.
Yeah.
And leave a comment. Say, you know what, we didn't like it. You know what, you didn't say this or this. I don't care what you say. Just say something.
Yeah.
Join in. If you like what we're saying, please hit the like button and the share button. So it really helps us, and we could use a little pickup.
Yeah. I'll definitely be sharing it. So, and
I
I'll share it with
appreciate
the community too. So,
I love it.
yeah,
I
some of them
appreciate
will
that.
jump on there and watch it.
That'd be
They'll
so
love
cool. So, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Bye, guys. Peace.